Freedom can mean different things to different people. The definition I saw when I looked it up is the ability to act or change without constraint, or to possess the power and resources to fulfill one's purposes and potential unhindered. It's to live life on your terms, where no one else controls you. People who are incarcerated, for example, have lost their freedom. They aren't in charge of their own lives anymore. Many of us know exactly what that's like. We're married to narcissists, and narcissists are like dictators. You do things their way. You cower before them. They control your freedom. They control your fate. And they aren't afraid to be cruel, just horrifically cruel. One of the best pieces of advice that I can give you is this. Be very careful who you marry, because almost no one has as much influence on the quality of your life, on your well-being, than the person you marry. You will go down with a bad spouse. For many of us, that advice is way too late. I discovered that when I was already trapped, when I longed for freedom, when I felt incarcerated. Narcissists don't let go easily. You have to force them. Leaving a narcissist takes planning, it takes strategy, and it's terrifying. Often you have one chance to get it right. It can be do or die. 1 year ago today, I was a wreck. My kids and I were just about to escape from my ex. We had planned this escape for several months, in secret. We packed up our house. My kids told exactly no one. I can count on one hand the highly trusted people that I told. It was the most terrifying thing I've ever done. The risk was off the charts, but I had to do it. I was going to die if I didn't. My kids were suffering. I was suffering. Joe and I didn't plan this to happen on Christmas Eve, but it worked out to be the best day, and it seems fitting even today, because without God, I wouldn't have been able to escape. Many of you followed my story. You encouraged me and gave me strength. Thank you. I'm going to take next week off of YouTube. I'll still be posting on the community page though. I'm just taking a week off from making videos. Today, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I love you guys. You're family to me. No one can understand what we go through except each other. Your support has been integral in my success. Thank you so much for your love and support. I have lots of plans for the channel when I return, so stay tuned. For anyone who isn't free yet, hold on. Please don't give up. It took me 6 years and many miracles to be in the position to leave. It's not impossible. I can tell you, I can sum up God in 3 words. God is faithful. Last year, Joe and I wrote our own little version of The Night Before Christmas. We re-recorded it last night, and I hope you enjoy it. I also have a message from 2 of our 4 kids. Merry Christmas, everybody. God bless you. Thank you for your support. I love you, and I will see you soon. God bless.
Hey, this is Joe's youngest, and Merry Christmas to everyone out there supporting this channel.
Hi everybody, this is Paris. I wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I am sure that I will be back at some point in 2023.
The Narc Before Christmas. 'Twas the Narc before Christmas when all through the house gave silent treatment to everyone, yes, even the mouse.
Our dirty laundry was hung by the chimney with care, hoping that flying monkeys wouldn't spread it everywhere.
The victims were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of red flags danced in their heads.
And Mama, in denial, and I, such a sap, had just settled our brains from a word salad trap.
When what from his cell phone arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to his iPhone I flew like a flash. I entered his password and then threw up in the trash.
The light on the breast of his new fallen hoe gave a luster at midday to the new supply below. My trauma kicked in, and my PTSD, this son of a bitch was a true cluster B.
What a little old demon, so evil and dark. I knew in a moment it must be a narc.
And while he was stalking his disorders they came, I whistled and shouted because I knew their names.
On ghosting and smearing and black and white thinking, on harem, projection, and scapegoat and drinking. To the top of the stone wall injured he called, now love bomb, devalue, and discard them all.
As trauma bonds that before a wild hurricane fly, when they meet with a codependent, triangulate to the sky.
So up to the housetops the monkeys they flew, with a sleigh full of hoovers and that little prick too.
And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof monkey branching of all sorts. That was the truth.
As the silent treatment ended and I turned around, down the chimney he came and in with a bound.
He was dressed in sheep's clothing from his head to his foot, but his horns and his tail were all tarnished with soot. a bundle of discards he had flung on his back, and he looked so covertly while opening his sack.
His eyes didn't twinkle, but he tried to act merry. His cheeks and his nose were all flushed from the sherry.
The smirk underneath was drawn up like a bow, and his clown mask was tarnished like dog pee in snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, his victims no idea of what lied underneath.
He carried a mirror, all glittered with gold, reflecting the souls of empaths of old. He seemed jolly and cheerful, a symbol of health, and I laughed when I saw him, despite my true self.
With a wink of his eye and a twist of his head, I knew he was mirroring me, and then I felt dread.
I spoke not a word to that smug little jerk, and I knew what to do. No contact would work.
And laying his finger aside of his nose, with the stare of a narcissist, up the chimney he rose.
He sprang to his sleigh, his harem gave whistle, and away they all flew like a gaslighting missile.
But I heard his fake epiphany as he flew out of sight.
Cognitive dissonance to all, and to all a good night.